I'll night shower sometimes.
And then
Depends
wake
on
up
the
the
day
next
I
day
have.
and won't shower in the morning?
I haven't showered yet.
Well, I was gonna say something. I didn't want to. I was being real.
You guys got so many air fresheners on this side of the room. That's so cool.
I saw you just drank the tea. What do you think of the tea?
I just drank the tea. I've never had tea like this. I really like it.
Really?
Yeah, I really like it.
Okay, so for those,
It's like, unlike any tea flavor, I'm not an avid tea drinker.
you're not okay.
No.
Are you a coffee guy?
I guess I have to talk because it's a
You
podcast.
don't. No, listen. You can shake your
I'm
head
a
for
big
those
time coffee guy
every day.
every day.
Black.
So what I do now is I have the frother. So I pour oat milk in. I do a little collagen powder in the morning.
Should I be doing that?
Oh, absolutely.
What does it do?
Collagen is good for hair, fingernails, and joints. Like the collagen from like animals has been like basically turned into powder, and by ingesting it, if you're like an avid runner, you look like an avid runner. No?
I literally just
Cyclist?
got sad. No, I don't do cardio. I walk. I take walks.
Really?
Yeah.
You just have the metabolism of
No, I lift. I lift 3 to 4 days a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Just lifting.
Yeah.
No treadmill at all.
Should. Don't.
But you always were always like thin.
I've been this. I don't know what this is. I say average. I'm average.
Really? Okay. So
Yeah, yeah.
we're working towards different goals.
I
think.
would love to look like I would love to take my shirt off and have people go, "Hey!" But right now, let's take my shirt off and people go, "Yeah, sure, that makes sense."
No,
I swear to you, I swear to
disagree.
God, it's true. Yeah.
But you wear shirts that feel like your shirt is kind of off. Like I
That's-
can see I can see freckles through your shirt. I would not wear anything that form-fitting, and when I see someone like you that wears a form-fitting shirt,
Yeah.
my immediate reaction if I'm at like a cafe or something,
Yeah.
I'm like, that guy's either European
Yeah.
or American and successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I am American.
Yeah. You are halfway there, my
I'm
friend.
100%. I'm halfway there. Before we keep going, I want to just for the folks that are steeping at home, because our listeners steep with us, our steepers, if I may,
Okay.
our steeple.
Steepwalkers.
Yeah, our ooh, I've never said that. We are drinking Don't Gimme Bammer tea. It is a Hella Tea. Hella Tea, woman-owned, black-owned tea company out of Oakland. We are drinking this because you came down from the Bay Area.
I came from the Bay.
Yeah, that's why we're drinking it.
Born and raised.
And named after RBL Posse, which was a big group out of I think it was either San Francisco or General Bay Area.
Yeah. Most people just claim the whole sweep of it.
Yeah, I'll claim it all. I'm
Yeah.
not from there, but I'm going to claim it.
You're close enough.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's this like ongoing discussion where people count Sacramento as the Bay Area.
Absolutely not.
It's not even
It's
close.
its own city.
It's 2 hours at least from the Bay Area.
Yeah, they are not going to be having this tea. Is not for if you're living in Sacramento, you can't have this.
I do count them though, and it doesn't make any sense.
You
But in
count
my
them.
mind, I think of Sacramento as the Bay, which is wrong, like geographically, but I think it's a cultural thing.
Interesting. Well, anyway, for those drinking, it's 3 minutes. It's at 212. So 212 steep for 3. Don't oversteep this one. You're going to get super high caffeine if you.
I'm going to play
oversteep.
this episode back because I love the tea so much that I'm going to need to hear the directions on how to make it.
You have my number. Just text me and I'll tell you how to do it.
That's annoying though.
Is it?
You getting just bombarded with text like, what's the steep on this one again? Episode 13.
So I know you're kidding, and I'm not gonna out these 2 people, but 2 previous guests have texted me about the tea they had on their episode
Yeah.
to get it, and then have also texted me about how to make it. And one guest who will absolutely go unnamed has multiple times texted, even though if she just scrolls up a little in the text thread, it's there.
Right there. I hate those people.
I'm not shouting anybody out, but like there is one particular person who just can't get it right, and like I don't think she listens, so who cares?
I hate those people, but I'm also, what's your address for the 9th time?
Yeah.
I'm not going to save it.
There is a word that this is like not a relevant topic of conversation, but I have to say it. There's a word I created.
Okay.
And I am of such a strong belief that this should be a real word. Like I will never bow down on this. Okay. If you are curious, you have curiosity.
Right.
Why, if you're adventurous, can you not have adventurosity?
Adventurosity.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Like you can have a sense of adventurousness, sure.
Right.
But why can't we have a little adventurosity?
Adventurosity. I'm pro adventurosity. Throw it in the book.
How do I get that? Here's the thing. Merriam-Webster took bling into the
I know.
bling is there.
It's like comedy. You just got to be popular enough, dude.
Okay, so I'm going to fail at this too. Perfect.
You know, my wife's been pushing a yesternight.
That's good.
Why does that not have one?
But you see what I'm saying? That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yesternight's great.
Yeah.
If you said that, here's the other thing. If you said that, I would never go, what does that mean?
That's a good point.
I know exactly what yesternight
You might even
means.
think it's already a word.
I think that she came up with that shows that she has a great sense of adventurosity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, if you think I'm going to let this go, you're wrong.
Yeah.
I will die on this adventurosity story.
will kill the Lancet.
Yeah, 100%. And then people will read ancient history, be like, the Lancets were doing fine, and adventurosity killed them. They used to be a superpower.
Yeah.
Not in comedy though. Never.
Yeah. And that's a funny one. They'll just show these random images where I'm like, all right, are you like indoctrinating me? It's like an eye above a pyramid, like shining a light beam into a fucking sphinx's mouth. And I'm like, did this happen?
Maybe. I'm in a place now where, like, with all these deep fakes and shit,
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, listen, you've got to be discerning. And I'm choosing a different approach. I will believe everything I see now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't help but do that.
I
So it
choose
must be
to.
fun to just choose it, knowing your brain has like a little safety valve.
It's there regularly saying, like, Biden did not rap Sugar Hill Gang. And then that didn't happen. But then I shut that off and I go, hey, yeah, he did. I'm like, I saw it. Saw it on a press conference. He did the whole thing. Now there's cuts every time he says a word, and there's music in the background, but I think it was there.
No, it was a powerful speech he gave.
Yeah, 100%.
I did get into the deep fakes, and it's only getting scarier, so you might as well just enjoy it now.
Yeah, wait, what do you mean you got into the deep fakes? Like you were
when they
watching
first
them or making them?
Like watching them. Well, I made one once, but it was like a very basic like Snapchat feature.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, are you like some weird technical expert that
No, dude, they dumb everything down. You can ask AI to do whatever the fuck you want now.
You talking about like Chat GPT?
Kind of.
Have you used it?
I have not.
I have.
What'd you do with it? I haven't used it. I don't really know how it works.
Okay, so I'm not good at it. Let me be clear. So people are gonna be listening home and be like, what an idiot. He's not using it well. You're right. I'm not.
Yeah.
I wanted
Don't
to
let the shirt fool you. This guy does not know what he's doing.
He doesn't. Yeah, no. If this shirt gives off success, I want to be abundantly clear how not true it is.
I'll tell you, I have made it in life.
Yeah.
If I am just walking around with that shirt and people aren't like, is he all right?
I get that though. People say that. People
they
are like, is he
don't.
all right? No, the people. My favorite thing ever is it was not this shirt. I was wearing a dress shirt. I love dancing at weddings. I'm big on the dancing, and
Same.
one of the buttons like broke off. It was not a tight shirt. One of the buttons broke off, and my buddy goes, "Yeah, I mean that button was doing work." And I was like, "What does that mean?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm just saying, like the whole night it needed a break." And I was like, "Are you calling me fat?" Like,
is it but is it a joke, or was that button really like catching people's eye? Like, I give it over under 2.5 minutes.
it looked like no other. It looked or like not no other button. It looked like every other button.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I once ripped my pants at a wedding. Have you ever done that?
No, I have not.
I like that it took you a while to think about it, though. Were you close?
I've dirtied my pants doing the knee slide across the dance floor.
Sure.
But I don't believe they ripped. They were just ruined.
I did a booty drop.
No.
I did. You know, it's true.
And that whole thing just fanged.
Well, let me tell you something. It's not that you necessarily hear it. It's you do a booty drop, and all of a sudden you go, "Oh wow, did they throw on the AC?" And that's when you know, like it's not. No, like something went awry.
I had that with a haircut once, where the guy was like, "Do you want?" I was like, "Could you just clean up?" And he's like, "Oh, I'll get your hooks." And I was like, "Okay, my hooks. I've never heard them
Yeah, I
called
don't know.
that."
What does that mean?
And he like cut into my head more.
What?
And as he did that, I went, "God, I feel a intense draft." Like it just dropped 10 degrees in this room.
What?
It was all the way. I was mortified.
Was it recent?
No, this was years ago. And I left and it looked fine. Like people wouldn't notice until I pointed it out. Like, see how your hair, you naturally have this sort of like hook back?
Maybe.
And some people want that shaved into their, like they want what you have and they don't have it.
No one has looked at my physical features ever and said, I want what he has. Like, no one is.
Well, I'm telling you, dude.
They're like, hey, those big ears, I'll have what he's having. No one's ever done that.
Well, you got hooks.
Yeah, I got
those
hooks,
are
baby.
sexy as fuck.
Why didn't you tell me that when I was single? I would have gone around and been like, what's up, Josh? I got hooks.
Yeah, you know hooks.
They would have been like, what are you, Chris Brown? He's got hooks.
Yeah.
I always say this about people going bald. I'm like, I am scared to go bald. Not because I'm balding, but because if I ever were to, I have huge ears, I have big features. Like, it's not a good look for me.
Yeah, I don't have a good bald head either.
No, and that's, like Torio looks fine.
Yeah.
I would not.
Yeah.
So it's a big problem for me. If I have him like cut like super close, people are gonna be like, "Oh, nice head shape, loser." Like, I don't, I
Totally.
need to have some hair on there so people get distracted from the other parts of my face.
Absolutely. I have a bald friend who, I got to tell you, every time I see him, I'm like, oh my God, is it healed?
Yeah. What? Oh my gosh. Are you in remission?
was there a car accident and maybe
What?
you weren't wearing a seatbelt?
Yeah, what
I'm trying to
happened to
understand
you?
why it's so uneven. Like you have an uneven skull.
There are certain people who I sometimes like see them just holding on to the last bits of hair that they have, and I'm like, just shave it. Just let it go.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
And there must be some sort of pride issue. It's painful. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel bad. I laugh, but it is debilitating for men. Like it's a multi-million-dollar industry just to keep that hair around.
People go to Turkey, I think it is, to get hair extensions.
Really?
Have you not heard of this?
Turkish hair extensions?
So Turkey or hair implants.
Okay. Well, I'm like a sort of a like holistic side of things guy.
We're going to be
Surprising.
diving into that in a second.
Unless
Go
we're
ahead.
unless we're partying.
Yo, uh-oh.
Then I'll let Big Pharma take the wheel.
Yeah, your big pharma to you is just Coors Light. Yeah.
Fucking shit, I don't
The
know.
number of things I don't know what they are. I just
Yeah.
learned. Are you on TikTok?
Uh-huh.
No, I just learned from TikTok. Apparently, there's 7 different magnesiums or something I'm supposed to
Oh,
be
I
taking.
didn't know that.
Yeah, and people are like, "Are you taking your magnesium glycinate or your magnesium carbonate? What about magnesium blah blah blah?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "I don't take any magnesium."
I know. Apparently even like no, actually I'm gonna butcher this.
I want to know it now. I've never wanted to know anything more than what you're saying.
It might not even be magnesium. That's why I don't want to say it and just be completely wrong.
Tell me what it is and leave
There's
that word
a
out.
blank
Okay.
that we're deficient in
Yep.
that makes gray hairs appear prematurely for people. You see people that are sometimes like in their 20s and they're going gray.
I saw someone once at 18 going gray.
Yeah. So it's a deficiency and I don't even know. And now I'm guessing at this point. We need Jamie to pull it up.
I know. I was gonna say I don't. I'm not gonna like turn over to Elliot and be like, look up what turns gray. But here's what's crazy, and I'm reminded of this very regularly by my girlfriend. Women seem to love
That's
salt
the
and pepper.
thing. That's why it doesn't bother you. It's
No.
sexy.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of gray is sexy. It's distinguished. Poor women, a little bit of gray on them.
I don't know.
No one thinks it's distinguished.
Listen,
Josh.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm putting Jess on blast, and I'm really sorry about this because she's probably gonna be mad. But
Yeah.
like, sometimes like she'll be like, oh, like some of my roots are showing, and they're like gray.
Yeah.
She'll be like, I look awful, and I'm like, I still think you look great. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yes.
It doesn't.
Yes. My wife yanks at every gray, and I don't care either.
Yeah, like why do that?
And I've seen like women with like graying hair, but there's something about like there are guys that'll just have like platinum white hair, like Anderson Cooper.
Oh, I was like platinum white, but that's a very good example. Now I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
He looks great.
top notch guy.
You're not like, I have not seen, and I really haven't seen women even let it get there. So maybe that's why. But you don't.
Didn't Judith Light have platinum white hair? Maybe not.
Who is that?
She was in Who's the Boss. I'm aging myself a little bit. But
No, she was blonde.
was she?
Yeah.
Even in she was on Transparent, I thought.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is like she looks great.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Hey.
Super talented
Hey,
gal.
she's doing her thing.
Yeah, big fan.
It's just unfair.
I wouldn't kick her
The
out of
double
bed for eating
standard
crackers,
is rearing its ugly head when it comes to gray hair. Is all I'm saying.
Is that all you're saying?
That's it.
That's
I'm
the
an
entirety
advocate.
of
I'm
what
an
you're saying.
ally, baby.
Does that mean I'm not one? I am one too, I think.
No, you're completely an ally.
I'm 100% an ally.
Look at that shirt.
I love that. So this shirt
You
means
built an
successful
empire.
and
You built an empire on women's rights.
my favorite thing about this is people are going to be listening and be like, what is this?
I got to see the shirt.
Yeah, they're like, I'm like, listen, follow us on Instagram. You'll catch the shirt.
I have a shirt just like that. It hangs in my closet. It's called my goal weight shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And right when I'm the me I want to be, when all my fucking work pays off,
Have you been that before?
I dust that shirt off once, I think, for like 20 minutes in the pandemic.
Yep. Wait a minute. You
And
got
then once
in
in eighth
shape
grade.
during the pandemic?
For like a second, I got jacked.
way out of shape during the
Well,
pandemic.
then I got out of shape.
Yeah, I had a friend. Her name is Carly. Shout out if she's ever listening. Carly, for the pandemic, for the first 6 months, is doing 2-a-days. Okay, right. For those who don't know, that's working out twice in a day. And she's like, "Yeah, what are you up to?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm doing 2 days. I'm eating ice cream twice a day." And she
That's
was
fun.
like, "She goes, aren't you nervous you're going to be out of shape?" I said, "This pandemic's going to last so long. I could get out of shape and get back in shape by the time this thing."
I know. I timed mine wrong. I got in shape and then it just fell apart by the time the doors opened.
I timed mine wrong too. I got out of shape and then now we're sitting here. That's I didn't. Here's this weird. I didn't drink a lot during the pandemic at all,
Uh-huh.
and I enjoy a good drink as much as the next person, but I don't know. I drank maybe 4 times during
Shut
the
the
pandemic.
fuck
I
up.
swear to God, because my vice was ice cream. I
Were
wasn't.
you by yourself?
No, me and my girlfriend lived together. We moved in by
Does she drink?
accident during the pandemic. Yeah, we both drank, but we didn't.
Like,
really,
was she having a drink too? And
No.
you
She only likes to drink during in social settings. She's like, why would I come home and have a beer? She's like, I want to be out partying and have a beer with
Right.
people at a bar.
right.
And she's like, so I don't need this. And I can always take it or leave it. So I was like, well, cool. She's not having it. I can leave it.
Holy shit.
And I just had ice cream every night. Every single night I ate ice cream.
That's good.
Is it?
I mean, it's not terrible.
It's not great.
It's not great.
No.
It's good.
Yeah. What did you do? Were you
We did
drinking?
P90X3 every day.
What is 3?
It's the third installation of P90X.
Maybe I'm not in shape because I was doing 2.
And it's 2 is harder, I think.
I'm
P90X3 is
kidding. I've
half
never
an
done
hour.
P90X. It's half an hour.
You look like you've been built on P90X.
This is crazy. I'm gonna leave this feeling so big for my britches. I'm gonna be like, honey, Zach thinks I'm in shape.
Yeah,
She's gonna be
you're fit.
He lied.
No, it's
You
true.
did P90X every day?
3.
3. Sorry.
It's only 30 minutes. Though I think the first 2 are an hour.
Pass.
Yeah.
You did it
We don't
every
have-
day?
We don't have that kind of time in a pandemic.
I don't have that kind of time if I were living in the woods. Every single day though?
We did it just about every day for, 3 months. I would say, in those 90 days, maybe altogether, it was like a week that we missed, but like kind of a day here and a day there. It was me, Tony Zavala, and Emily Catalano.
Love Tony. I haven't seen Tony in a long time. And
Yeah.
I obviously love Emily too, but
Yeah.
we talked about Emily off mic. I haven't seen Tony in a while.
Yeah. It kicked we go out to the driveway because we all moved in a house accidentally thinking, I convinced my wife, imagine us having a 3-bedroom house. Our 2 roommates are gone most of the time because they're on the road. She's like, that sounds like heaven.
And then it wasn't.
And it wasn't. And then she worked at a grocery store, which was the front lines.
Wait a minute. Your wife is working at a grocery store
Yes.
during the pandemic.
Yes.
That's the hospital is probably number 1.
Yeah.
But grocery store is number 2.
Yeah.
Scariest place to work.
Yes. Absolutely.
I would not know. No.
She came home every night, on the verge of tears, and we're drunk.
Okay, so you drank
playing-
every night.
We drank every night. We were doing Zoom comedy shows.
I refused.
And we would make our own.
Wait, you're saying was your wife a comedian?
No, me, Torio,
Oh,
Emily,
oh.
and Tony Zavala.
Oh, yes.
My wife lived with all comedians.
I would never do that.
And we would be playing the fucking, what was the game that everyone was playing on the TV?
JackBox?
Yeah, JackBox.
Yeah.
We were doing that.
Yeah.
And she would just come home I hate this life. This is the opposite of what I thought life would be.
She's like, do you guys need day jobs?
Yeah.
And you're just like, we're living on the Patreon.
I'm like,
for
honey,
Hesby."
we're getting money. You got to be quiet though, because we're doing our set. She comes home for 4 hours of sleep. We're like, you got to really just be quiet, okay?
Yeah. So right now I'm trying to guess what what they would think a brand is of bubble gum. Yeah. It's yeah. He said juicy boobs, not juicy fruit. That's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
And she couldn't drink. She didn't want to drink because she had to be so sharp every day.
She was going in every night.
Every day.
No.
Because people were dropping like flies.
I probably wouldn't use that phrasing, but yeah.
Employees were out a lot.
Mm.
So then, there's a bunch of stores. She has to go into whichever one needs help in her department. So
She was like a SWAT team.
right at the time of the pandemic, she became the head of the department, which
Yeah.
was like her dream job. And then pandemic hit, and she's like, God damn it.
After the pandemic, were they like, we're promoting you to CEO of this whole chain?
Yeah, no, they love her. They love her.
You nailed
She's
it.
killing it. Yeah, but she would definitely not go through that again.
And would you ever live with those people again? That's.
I like having people around.
Do you have roommates now?
No. She was like, that was a fun experiment. You know, like
She's like,
it
we
was
did
a
that
weird
and I don't
ask.
wanna do it again.
We were married. So we lived in a house. We did P90X. We got in shape. We got drunk every night pretty much. Not very good.
Excellent.
At least I did. I wouldn't say. Me and Tony was my drinking buddy. Emily was in the mix. Torio doesn't really like drinking. Like, I don't think it has the same effect on him. Like
You seem more of a smoker and less of a drinker.
he just doesn't like to. He will feel hungover the night we're drinking. So he's kind of a hypochondriac. So he thinks he's dying.
I don't have the full tendencies of that nature, but like I was at a wedding like 3 weeks ago, and like I was, someone had brought me like a second drink, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna sleep well tonight.
Yeah.
Like I'll think about it. I won't like say like I already feel it, but I'll consciously be like I'm not gonna sleep well. This is gonna suck.
Yeah. Damn, you're an old soul.
Listen, I'm in my 30s, and at this point, it's just kind of like I'm honest with it. Like,
Yeah.
to me, and I don't want to like give a really like sad take on this, but like to me, sometimes when I'm like throwing them back, I'm like, cool, well, I'm mortgaging tomorrow for a fun night today.
Yeah, damn, dude, I gotta grow up.
No, I'm not
I do.
saying that.
No, I do. Look
Are
at
you
me.
in your 30s?
I'm in my 30s.
Welcome. Nice to have you here.
Hanging on.
Hanging on, barely making it.
Yeah, barely making my 30s. I just found out recently there's this theory that my wife heard, and she kind of worries about me a little bit, that people who are prone to alcoholism
Okay.
will have a drink and feel energized and excited and like ready to have a good time. And people who aren't prone will have a drink and they kind of feel like fine or tired. Maybe like I'm gonna be tired pretty soon.
It does get me tired. Yeah.
So I think I'm susceptible to alcoholism.
The only thing I'm going to say that is different than that is, one, you exclusively drink Four Locos, so it's a little different for you.
Well, the thing is, I need to fight. Usually, I have to be ready to fight, and nothing keeps me ready like Four Locos.
Uh-oh.
Proud word from our sponsor.
I was going to say, now to a word from our sponsors. I will say, though, tequila is the only alcohol that is actually not a downer. It's an upper.
I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's not a feeling. It's a fact.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought alcohol is like...
Is a depressant except
Oh,
tequila.
it's a depressant. Except tequila?
Tequila's an upper. Yeah.
Interesting.
Which is why I start every morning with a shot of tequila, just to get things moving.
Tequila is my drink of choice these days. I think it's like a trending...
It's great.
It's the drink of choice for people.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this. So we're going to get to our first segment right now, which is...
I do have a lot of addicts in my family, but yeah, go ahead.
No. I know. So it's about who's most likely to die of addiction. That's our question. So the first segment, it's called the Newly Friend game. It's like the Newlywed game, but we're friends, even though you're married, and it might be to me. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
And you're going to write down your answer. You're not going to say it out loud. I'm going to write down what I think is your answer. We're going to see if we match. I had a completely different set of questions for you, but now I'm going to switch it up based on the conversation we're just having. My question for you, and don't answer, write down your answer, is what is your favorite cocktail? Because now that's all I'm thinking about based on our conversation just now is what is your favorite cocktail? But don't tell me. Write it down. I'm going to see if I can guess what your cocktail is.
Okay.
That's probably not right. Okay, I'm going to say it.
I think you're going to be wrong now that I'm thinking about it.
Damn it. Okay, you ready? Flip your board on 1, 2, 3. Oh,
yeah.
Tequila soda with lime was what you
I'm
said.
holistic. I don't like to do a lot of the sugar.
Okay.
And that makes me hurt the next day. Sugar makes me hurt.
I said classic margarita. That's not helping anybody.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay.
Imagine me walking up to a bar. Yeah, I'll just do a classic margarita.
So you know what I love? You ever had a sumac margarita? Delicious.
No.
Yeah, it's got like sumac all around the edge. It's really great.
That sounds exclusively West Side LA.
It is.
I don't think they serve it on my side of town.
Yeah, that's why I live in Venice. All right, so
they said you mean Four Loko? I get I mean Four Loko.
You're like, do you have Four Loko on draft? I don't want a can.
Can I do an espresso Four Loko teeny?
I don't understand espresso martinis.
I just got into them.
Do you-
Boy, oh boy.
You're telling me that if you have espresso at 10 at night, you're not going to be up when you go home?
So my clock right now is just atrocious.
What is your when you
I
go
get
to
off
bed,
work
when you
at like
wake-
1 or 2 a.m.
and when do you wake up?
Now. I mean,
Now-
look at me.
You look great.
This is
You look successful.
this is an early morning.
Is
You
it really?
Yes. You wonder why I asked if you meant 11 a.m. or 11 p.m.
Yeah, for the audience, I said to you, we recorded 11. Is that cool? You said no problem. And then you were like, just to clarify, AM or PM. I was like, who's starting a podcast recording at 11 p.m.?
This guy right here, baby.
Do you record Hesby at 11 p.m.?
No, we record in the afternoon before work, but
There you go.
it's not 11 a.m.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
All right, let's quickly do we'll do the same question for me.
Your cocktail?
Yeah, don't tell me, write it down. What do you think my favorite cocktail is? You ready? Flip your board on 3, 2, 1.
Damn,
Oh,
old fashioned. I was
wow.
gonna guess.
So you guessed a Negroni. I said an old fashioned. I really like, and I do it with like a real smoky rye. I'll do that.
Fuck, I was thinking old fashioned. Why didn't I write it?
I mean, Negroni's good, but if we're going Negroni territory, I used to order a Hendrix and Saint Germain 1-to-1 on the rocks. Phenomenal, so good. And then because I didn't want to say this because this is what you said, but these days when I go to a bar, I look for a higher end tequila, not because I'm a snob, but because it's less of a hangover.
yeah.
And look for a higher end tequila, and I say, can I just get that? Splash of soda, not a lot, splash of soda, and 2 limes. And the reason I do 2 limes, and this is the old person in me, the reason I do 2 limes is because when I was in my 20s and I would get drinks, people would fucking like grab my drink and be like, "Oh, sorry, I thought it was mine." And I'm like,
Smart.
"It's not yours."
Smart.
So now when I get 2 limes, people see it, they go, "Oh, I didn't have 2 limes." And like that's the only reason I get 2 limes.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Also, seeing how you order, I might have to like
do it.
sit across the bar and then be like, I don't know him.
I thought you were gonna say you're gonna order like me, and you're like, "No, I don't want to order near him."
I'll do the Hendrix Saint Germain 1-to-1.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, okay? And I want you to hold me to this.
Okay.
All right. We do a Halloween party every year. Okay.
Who's we?
Me and my girlfriend. We do a
Okay.
Halloween party every year here at the house. I want you to come.
Oh my god, I would love to.
Remind me, text me if I don't mention it, just because we don't make a big thing of it. But we have a bunch of people over. If you come, I will, with no exaggeration, I will make you a Hendrix Saint Germain 1-to-1 on the rocks. I will also buy the ingredients for an old fashioned. I will make you all 3 of these drinks and a Negroni, so that way we will have drank all of your guesses and mine.
I would love that, except for the fact that mixing nowadays is the equivalent of whatever hangover. It's just the most brutal hangover.
Mixing liquor and beer, or mixing liquors in general.
Liquors.
So you'll only stick with one.
I'll stick with one, or if I am mixing, I'll stick with lights or darks.
Interesting. Do you
Yeah.
actually think it matters?
I do. I mean, just in my experience, it could be a placebo situation. Could be other things I've ingested that night.
Placebo. That was the guy who was the quarterback. He came out of Florida.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
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 Tim Placebo.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Turned out he couldn't throw a football.
Weird form. It was this form that I found so strange. Then
Yeah.
he went to the AAA, went to minor league. Yeah.
Yeah, that placebo effect. It keeps on coming at you. Another thing, while we're on the topic, I will
Please.
be a terror at your party.
Tell
I'm
me
going to
more.
walk around. I'm going to have extra lime wedges, and I'm going to go, does anyone need second lime? These are better with 2 limes. I'm telling you.
Everyone put 2 limes on.
What I
You
don't have enough lime. Get this guy a lime.
Well, it's too bad you don't drink margaritas. What I did last year is I did color changing margaritas.
What is that?
So I would make a margarita, and I would make, without food coloring, I would make purple ice cubes. And so your margarita would start looking like a normal margarita, and then I'd put in the ice cubes, and it would start changing to neon hot pink throughout your drinking experience.
Party host Josh Lanzette is cute as a motherfucking button.
I'm here for it.
I cannot believe you're out here making colored ice cubes. Yeah, I want that. Especially with the no food coloring, no dye.
No dyes, no food coloring. No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, you are speaking my fucking...
It's good, man.
And then the last thing I'm going to say, and I hate to keep coming back to your shirt and your appearance, but when you started to talk about the benefits of having 2 limes in a drink, I thought for sure this was going to be like one of those health and like efficiency podcasts.
Absolutely not. No.
You don't. You
No.
wear that shirt and you don't do an ice bath every morning? Or I cold plunge?
Okay, I started seeing all the cold plunge talk, and I was like, I could do this. I put the shower to, and I'm not exaggerating, semi-lukewarm, and just was like, nope, I'm out. I can't. How do you do this?
Yeah.
I was like, y'all are crazy.
Yeah, they are crazy.
I can't do that at all. I love, and I get it, like blah blah blah. It's stupid. Don't do this. It makes you tired. I don't care. I love a nice hot shower when I wake up.
Same.
It relaxes me. But it also energizes me. It does both. I feel fresh. I don't understand.
It's like meditation for me. It's like jump starting meditation.
Yeah.
For me. Like
I
I'm
don't-
just like, okay.
This is going to offend people, and I don't care. How are people like night showerers
I'll night shower sometimes.
and then
Depends
wake
on
up
the
the
day
next
I have.
day and won't shower in the morning?
I haven't showered yet.
I was going to say something. I didn't want to. I was being real. I like gave you a hug.
And this is why I brought this up, Zach. You
yeah.
just-
I was like, are you using like Tom's deodorant? Because like it's not working for
you
you.
guys got so many air fresheners on this side of the room. That's so cool.
We
Use
have an
car
air
fresheners.
purifier running right now, and what's weird is as soon as you walked in, the light went to red, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I was like,
good.
is there a carbon monoxide leak in the apartment?
Yeah, we have a Nest Protect. By the way, so this
I am a natural deodorant guy now.
I am too. Which one do you use?
Right now I'm on Salt and Stone. Love everything they're making. I use their body wash too. Shout out to Salt and Stone and Four Loco.
Brought to
Nothing
you.
keeps me
This
running.
segment's brought to you by Natural Deodorant. Is that one of the things? It's like a salt lick that you just rub on.
No, it's just a deodorant.
Oh, I
Yeah,
use,
yeah.
I use Native. Am I basic? I use the Native.
Native's good.
I use Native for sensitive skin.
Oh, that's good.
I'm sensitive. Everything about me is sensitive. I
Yeah,
cry when
I'm
the wind
starting to
blows the wrong
realize.
way.
I have sensitive skin.
But are
I-
you a sensitive person?
I get blotchy.
So I
Like
also
at the beach or like swimming. I'll like it comes and goes. Like it'll happen. People are like,
Mm.
what's going on? You got hives or something? Like, nah, it's just passing.
I-
My body's like adjusting.
Would you ever wear a Speedo to the beach?
I used to be on swim team.
Really?
Yeah, we wore Speedos
You're
all
talking
the
to me
time.
about this shirt, and you were on swim team. You must have been like Phelps jacked.
This was. I mean, I was like 6th grade.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
When
I
do you
got.
think I bought
I got.
this shirt?
I got. The closest I got to having like a 6-pack. I think I had like a 4-pack. Was like 8th grade. I got an 8-minute abs video cassette from a closing down video store near our house.
You didn't look for like Police Academy. You looked for an 8-minute abs video.
You just dig in the bin. I got some good stuff. I got History of the World Part 1. There was some
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
Then I'm
You
like,
got
you know
Son
what?
of the Mask.
I gotta get some. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta get some. I guess I start thinking about me.
Yeah,
Not just entertainment.
I do that a lot. I think about you.
Yeah. So I was like, 8-minute abs. That's what Zach needs. And I would wake up before school. I would do the 8-minute abs video. My dad would walk by me and go, whatever. He was fat, smoking. Culture and fitness, not two things he respected highly.
Listen, I'm here. I'm with your dad.
Yeah. We don't need him.
What's his name?
Joe.
Me and Joe are like right there. We're in. Yeah.
So yeah, I would do that video, and then like 8th grade, I got really fit. I was really skinny though, and then
Which you still are, but yeah.
no, I was like I'll show you a picture. I look like E.T. without the pot belly.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, I was
But without
just
the
like a
pot
skinny
belly.
kid.
Good for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing okay.
Yeah.
But then I ballooned up in high school. Started taking after my dad a little bit.
Well, okay. Let's
Junk
not-
food, no vegetables.
I'm going to defend Joe here.
He never ate a vegetable in his life.
And you know what? Joe works hard day in and day out,
He doesn't.
so he doesn't have to eat a vegetable.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's old school.
Yeah.
Uh,
Probably never seen a burger he didn't like.
that's
you know?
absolutely true.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he always did his burgers plain. He was like an old fucking salt.
Would he get him on? Would he get sauces
Just
on the
meat,
side?
just meat and bread. Not even if they even did like a little dab of like a mayo or an aioli, he'd be like,
Would he send it back?
"It's ruined."
Would he send it back?
He'd be like, "I'll just eat it. I'll just eat the bottom bun." And, the
And he
meat."
wouldn't get cheese.
Sometimes he would get cheese, but not always.
Now,
Cheese was like a wild night.
my guess on your mom is like, just because it would just be too funny to not be true, is your mom was a person who was like getting vibrant salads and like all the kind of things where your dad's like, don't bring that. What is that? A beet? Don't
Yeah.
bring that near me.
Oh yeah, totally.
Your
My
mom's like, this is a watermelon radish. He's
My-
like, get that away from me.
My mom would blister the peppers on the open flame of the stove. She's
Amazing.
like a villager. You know, she's like from this village in Morocco that's not even on the map.
I was gonna say, you've called her a villager twice now on
yeah,
this
yeah.
podcast.
Well, she talks about the village.
Okay, all right.
She calls it the bled, which means like the country.
What language is that?
Moroccan. Darija, it's like Arabic.
Okay.
French Montana, I heard on a podcast once say it, beautifully summed up Moroccan Arabic. He said it's like Jamaicans speaking English. So like the Arab world doesn't really know what Moroccans are saying, even though they're kind of speaking the same language. They've made it their own. And they're in the process of trying to make their language an official language and not just Arabic.
Do you speak it?
I speak a little bit. I call it Moroccan. I speak it a little bit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But you're not fluent.
Not fluent, no.
So your parents could hypothetically talk shit about you in front of you.
My dad couldn't.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a white
Right.
guy.
Yeah. Well,
But my
your
mom
can.
definitely could, yeah. We would just sit with our Moroccan relatives at the table and like it was all foreign language and and my brother and I just either watch TV or try to pick up on like what, and then we'd start catching words here and there.
You probably didn't like what you heard.
My mom could say, she's like, you would be like, you could like understand pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, I'd be like, explain to my dad. I'm like, she says it's cold. Like, you got to get me a coat if we're going outside. He's like, how the hell?
You were like, Mom said you need to get me a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
She's not. I don't want.
Don't
one.
ask her. She doesn't want to talk about it anymore.
And I want to be clear. I fought her on it. I was like, Mom, I don't want that. And then she was like, get him ice cream. And I was like, Dad, I don't. Oh God, this woman.
Yeah.
Get her out.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, my mom's family is like villager. Like first generation to learn how to read. My mom's generation.
Are you serious?
Yeah, first generation to learn to read and write.
Love
I'm
your
generation
mom.
2.
And it's
State school. I'm doing the best I
was
can.
gonna say, it's really weird that like her generation fought so hard, and then like in your generation they just stopped reading and writing. Like I
yeah, right. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mom, you don't type?
yeah. She's like, yeah. Do you know how to write your name in cursive? You're like, I do not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah, no, they like eat with the hands.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What is Moroccan food like similar to a different food I've had?
Moroccan food, it's a lot of tagine. You know what tagine is?
Love tagine.
Okay, so it's a lot of like soft foods, like slow cooked.
It's probably good for my tummy.
Great for the tongue.
Yeah.
And then so everything is pretty much tagine. Couscous is a big one, but Moroccan couscous, it's like finer than Israeli couscous.
So I don't like the Israeli couscous. I like the really, really tiny ones.
That's ours. Welcome to our side. Baby.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Anyone who's listening is like, oh, so Josh doesn't support Israel. I'm like, that's not what I mean, the government's crazy right now, but that's not.
Yeah,
Ooh.
what kind of couscous are you? There's all these like propaganda campaigns.
People are going to like clip this and be like, oh, so he hates Jews. I'm like, that's not.
He wants less couscous. You said I like the smaller ones.
Yeah,
I didn't say I
not,
want less.
That is not what what I was trying to. So we need to give Jerusalem. No, that's not what I. Ooh, God, is it hot in here? I'm sweating.
It feels like I would say an Arab Spring is coming.
Oh no. Oh God. Are you ready to go to the lightning round?
Okay, let's go to lightning round.
Okay. It's exciting. It's fun. It's 5 fast questions. They don't have to be fast answers. So take your time. We once had a guest who I explained this, and this guest was just like, I read the question, and they're like, boom, next. Okay, I got it. And I was like, so no. I was like, nope, doesn't have to be like that.
Okay.
Okay. So question 1, what is a favorite ritual of yours? So mine is like brewing tea. What would be one of yours?
Probably making coffee. Yeah.
Including the milk?
Yeah, the milk thing too. Yeah, I like that.
Any
little
flavor?
half scoop. So the milk I'll do right now. It's whatever kind of the old lady brings home from work with the samples and stuff. But
that's
I know we're living the charmed life.
Yep.
Right now I'm doing a half scoop of Primal Kitchen collagen powder, which is coconut with some MCT in it.
Is it vegetarian or is it like made of animals?
No, it's made of animals, but there's a coconut flavor.
Oh.
And so it's almost like a coconut cafe au lait.
Oh.
And then I use a half scoop of some vital proteins, so I like stretch them both, keep the coconut flavor going, and then pour it in the coffee when it's done.
You put a protein powder in your coffee?
I put the protein powder in the milk frother.
I have protein powder every morning, but I just mix it with water, shake it up, drink it.
I don't do regular protein powder, just collagen powder.
Oh, okay.
Collagen powder is flavorless, mostly.
Interesting.
So throwing that in with coffee, I'm not like loading up my protein whatever shake with
okay, but you're doing a protein shake.
I do for lunch when I'm being healthy, which is the past 3 days in a row. Thank you.
Hey-o.
I don't need a chip. I'm just another guy. I promise.
You know what? You're just doing you wake up, you put your pants on one leg at a time, and then you drink protein powder.
I look at my Josh Lanzette shirt on the vision board, and I'm like, we're gonna get there.
I just keep my arms down, just keep them flexed. Question 2: do you have a running bit with a friend or partner that makes you laugh?
I have a few. So many people.
Hit me with some.
Tony Zavala.
Sure.
I don't
Shout
know,
out Tony.
I don't know where it came from, but we speak fake Portuguese to each other.
I'm sorry. Is there anything real in it or no?
No, nothing real in it.
But-
sometimes I'll learn a Portuguese word, but I'll blend it right in with the words that we're making up.
How do you know that you're making
So
sounds?
we're speaking English, but we just add weird consonants. So instead of like calling him Tony, I call him Tony Zhao.
It kind of sounds real.
I know. And then it's shortened it to Tonish. And then it got to the point where even her own boyfriend would call him. I mean, even his own girlfriend Emily would call him Tonish.
That's
and Torio
unbelievable.
and a lot of people just started calling him Tonish.
Does he mind?
No, he doesn't care. So now we'll do like have a good day, Zhaotish. Have a good, and then we'll turn the R's into H's sometimes. Because that's what the Portuguese, that's in Brazil. They do that.
So wait, give me another one. R and H?
R sound is H, which I love about the Portuguese people. It's a very fun thing.
Like if I were saying like rain would be
Quota haven, never more. So I would say that to him, and then we would laugh. So it's just fake Portuguese is the bit.
I just love that neither of you has any base in real Portuguese.
Not even close.
None. I went to Brazil and it was just like, and multiple people were like, listen, the language is Portuguese, but if you speak Spanish, like you'll probably pick up on some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. That was like not the case.
Yes.
And I'm just like down there and people like speak to me and I'd be like,
It's not even close.
Didn't catch anything that you said.
Yeah.
So
but I'll look up random Portuguese words and I'll say
you gotta mix them in.
I'll tell them we're close. Like
how
hospital.
show
Hospital
is what?
Hospital.
That's not true.
Yep.
Is it really?
Actually true.
I'm going to tell you right now, we're losing all of our Portuguese listeners. I nearly guarantee it. Fun side
They
note,
bit
though,
their fist though when I said hospital correctly.
they probably
They're
did.
like, "This
we have
motherfucker."
a strange listenership in Pakistan.
Really?
I swear to God, that's true. And when I told a friend this, he goes, "Oh, it must be the bots." I'm like, I don't think bots are listening to a podcast. But that's just my own. I don't know. Not sure.
Someone's just have a shelf of phones. They're just pressing play.
I know. I'm like, listen, if you're listening to this in Pakistan, tweet us, let us know, Instagram, DM us. We won't respond.
We get a lot of random internationals.
Yeah, we also have some Turkey in there too.
We're big in Sweden.
No, I knew that. Yeah,
you were a huge proponent of that. Actually.
I'm gonna be honest. I often use a VPN for Sweden, and then I listen to Hesby Street. Can you do question 3? Can you do an impression of one or both of your parents? The worse the impression, the better.
My mom's impression now, everyone quotes because I do a lot. Since I started stand up, I made fun of my mom.
Sure, as one does.
And her accent and her crazy bad English, like she would just butcher things. So it was like kind of like an angry, like, Mister. She would always call me Mister. Mister? If I will, and she would like butcher shit talking.
Yeah.
She's like, you get the bad grade, I will pull your butt out. And I'm like, oh my God, that sounds more grotesque than you think.
I don't think she screwed up this shit.
I know.
Like, that's pretty
She's
good.
Like, I will prolapse you.
Yeah.
So then she does one where she's, whatever issue you have going on in life now, she goes very high pitched. Hi, baby. Hi, how are you? And if I'm like, I had a weird day at work, she goes, that's okay. I'd be like, I didn't get the audition. That's okay. And so now I do a long-winded bit about her saying, that's okay. And it's like a callback thing. But now Torio, Emily, everyone,
they all do it.
Everyone that hears me do it, kids that grew up with us, that I'll see they'll like come to a random comedy show and I won't do the bit. And they'll go, remember when your mom used to always go, that's okay.
And you're like, I have a bit.
I have a joke about this.
I was like, why didn't you yell in the middle of my set? Do your mom.
Yeah. And my dad is more like old San Francisco Italians. They kind of talk like they were from New York.
Old San Francisco Italians sound like New Yorker.
Yeah,
I'm a New Yorker,
like,
so
hey,
interesting.
Yeah, it would be like, hey, yeah, he's a good kid. Yeah, Eureka Valley kid, good kid.
I love that.
My dad would say, huh, as a question at the end, not asking a question. So we'd be at a CVS.
Yeah.
You're picking up maybe some, essentials.
If you said Walgreens, I would have ended this right
Same
now.
idea. Yeah. So we were walking out of the Walgreens, and they go, you have a good day, sir. You go, hey, you too, huh?
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah, I used to hear that a lot growing up in New York. And then I remember when I made friends with some British folks, they do, isn't it, at the end in the way we do, huh?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hold on then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like,
Right. They
I was
weren't
like,
asking.
Yeah, and I was like, well, you said it's hot out there. And they're like,
Right.
I'm like, I don't know what we just did.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing it.
Yeah.
I'm a New Yorker. I can do it.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Question 4: have you ever experienced imposter syndrome? And if so, is there a moment that sticks with you?
Imposter syndrome. Yeah, I mean, from time to time, honestly, like on any show.
Probably when I asked you to be on this pod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, he must have gone through the entire Rolodex.
I'm
He's
gonna
at
tell
the
you,
end.
I asked Tony, Torio, and Emily, and none of them were available today.
Yeah, you got to ask Tonesh, and that's how he knows you're in.
Tonesh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, very frequently.
I mean, when you started working at the store, were you like, oh my God, I don't know how I got this gig. I don't belong here.
By then, I had become so comfortable with everyone there.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like I was hanging out there for the first time since I moved to LA all the time, because everyone that worked there were my friends.
Yeah.
Like, I liked those guys. And so I felt ready to be there. But I would say, any sort of break or thing that I get, like little acting roles that I'm like, oh shit, this is like that guy's like an actor.
I'm going to play a drug dealer.
I'm a comedian. Yeah, right.
I'm going to go up and play a drug dealer.
Yeah. Yeah, all the time. Honestly, all the fucking time. Every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
When we started to become friends, you were like, I don't deserve this.
Yeah, you said, hey, I'm Josh. I was like, I'm not even worthy of hearing that much.
Yeah, and yeah. What's weird is I remember when I introduced to Torio, and he just told me to go fuck myself. So that was like a weird.
Yeah.
That was an interesting thing. You were like, I don't deserve this, and Torio was like, ugh, I don't deserve this. And I was like, okay, yeah, no, got it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Question 5: I usually say, what is a favorite tea or comfort? But you said you don't drink a lot of tea, so what's a favorite comfort of yours?
I would say Sports Center, playing on the TV in the background of like my day-to-day, just like editing or something, or doing something at home where I'm at home. I just put on, and I didn't realize it was a comfort until I moved in with my now wife, who was like, you're just not even watching that. And I'm like, no, yeah, I'm not even watching it. It's like, it's my white noise machine.
Yeah, you're like, if I don't occasionally hear, I don't feel good.
Sports Center and a big pillow to cuddle when I sleep. I gotta cuddle a pillow.
Me too.
It like separates my shoulders enough. It just.
Do you hold on to it like this?
I hold on to it.
And you sleep on your back?
On my side.
I sleep on my side too, and I also sleep with a pillow. And Jess was once like, now that like I'm here,
yeah,
do you still need the pillow? And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I was like,
doesn't have heat.
It was like, I'm sorry. Last time I checked, if I wanted you instead of the pillow, I would say something.
Yeah, I know you're right there.
Yeah,
I haven't lost you in this bed.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, little Miss Big for your britches. You just stay on your side of the bed, okay? Like, I don't need you in my space.
That was young lovers, us.
Yeah,
we slept in each other's arms like a romance novel.
No interest now.
Now their necks doing stuff, and honestly, my arm. Everyone knows at any age the arm falls asleep on the bottom.
But that's it, man. That's the whole pod. How do you feel?
Oh my God. I feel enlightened.
Yeah?
I do.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the great start to my day. This is truly the first thing I'm doing today.
That's the dream. Yeah. Really. Yeah. My man, you're always welcome back. Thank you for coming on. Crush that tea.
Dude, I just finished it now. Perfect timing.
There you go.
You guys did it perfectly.
That's what we do here.
Thank
Zach,
you.
I adore you. Come back anytime.
Likewise. Love you guys.
That was Zack Chapaloni. You can follow him at Zack Chapaloni on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Steep Conversations is produced and edited by Elliot G.B. Our associate editor is Martin Alvarez. Our theme song and additional music are by Oliver Hymack. Our cover art was done by Neil Fraser with photography by Matt Mazisco. Social media by Dia Villegas. Please write a review and rate our podcast on Apple Podcasts and wherever else you can. You can send any questions, comments, newly friend game suggestions, or tea suggestions to steepcombos@gmail.com or tweet us at steepcombos. I'm Josh Lanzette, and you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Josh Lanzette. We'll be back next week, so until then, happy steeping.
Well, I can't tell them how much I pay when I'm looking this shit. I'm saving up for the next haircut.
Okay, we should probably get off haircuts. I feel like everyone's listening.
Let's go to pubes.